You can feel the electricity in the air, can't you? When there is a collapse, when the markets are down, when everything's getting smashed, you can just feel the fear. You can feel the FOMO of people wanting to get in and find a deal. So let's look at Virgin Australia Holdings today and see if that is a deal or no deal. And of course, there are plenty of videos just like this one that you are watching now over many different YouTube channels and websites and blogs and news articles coming out. Everyone's just giving you something to ponder on and more ideas to mash into your already stuffed brain full of different things going on, every fear that's out there. Who knows what's happening? You know, it really comes down to what is it that our goal is at the end of the day? Why are we in this? Why are we investing? Obviously to make money, but what is the end goal out of all this? Do you want to learn anything about yourself while you're investing? Do you want to understand how your mind ticks? Do you want to understand yourself a little bit better with how you are structured and what your risk tolerance is? Are you a long-term, short-term investor? Do you like to make trades on the minute basis? Do you like to sit and forget? Do you like to make a little bit of dividends? What type of person are you? And I think that's more of an important question to ask ourselves, especially in these times. And what I want to do is go through Virgin Australia very briefly and see if this is a deal or no deal, like I said earlier in the video, but really just try and strip back the noise that's out there. What I've found in my time in investing, and I've been in the market since around 2006 when I bought my first investment property in Brisbane, Australia. That was at the top of the market. We had another year or two left in our market before it collapsed, so my first investment did quite well. The next one stagnated and pretty much didn't make any money for the 5 years that I had held it. And after that, we were lucky in Australia that we didn't get a massive downturn in the property market. However, we did get a mining boom property market, and I found myself get caught in that trap, made a lot of money and lost over six figures in that trap as well. And these sort of decisions live on many years into the future. That decision's still in my portfolio now. You know, I've got to work these things out. And essentially, I want to try and bring you some clarity, clear out some of this noise to find out whether there's a deal or no deal, because someone's always going to tell you there's something to be had, something to be bought. But really what I've learned over these years is cutting out the noise, basically stripping it back, and then really only getting into certain set positions which I feel like I could hold for a longer period of time. So it's really, at the essence of it all, is saying no to a lot more things than we're saying yes to. So let's dive into it. And I've got my trusty whiteboard marker. I've got my whiteboard here with a beautiful reflection of the light behind me. So I'll write over this side, and let's start with what we're looking at today, and that is Virgin Australia Holdings, and it is VAH on the ASX. So we can see Virgin Blue started back in Australia early 2000s. It had its initial IPO in around 2003. Price was around $2.20 something. And since then, it's been bought up by a multitude of international airline companies. And we can now see the price topping out at around 55 cents in 2015. Since then, it's just headed down, down, down. And lastly, we've seen it around 5 cents, and it's just closed just over a week ago at around 8.5 cents. Last week saw its trading suspended because of the viral pandemic going around the world at the moment. And since then, it has been in talks with its board around going into voluntary administration. Essentially, that just means them trying to figure out what they can do with their books because they are in a lot of debt. They have someone professional come in and try and clear through it and see where they can cut costs and whether they can package the whole business together and sell it off to someone else, obviously at a discounted rate. And then that's going to show up in the stock price as well once trading resumes. So let's note those couple of things up on the board now. So right now we are seeing it in voluntary administration. We also see its share price at 0.086 cents, and that's AUD. And basically the trading on Virgin has been suspended. So it's not able to be traded for the last week and a half. We're not quite sure when that will come back as well. So with all of these factors coming into play, the fact that it's voluntary administration, you can see where their share price is. On the chart, it looks like a reasonable bounce if you're just looking at technical analysis, but you can never be sure if that's the final low yet, especially with these other major fundamental factors coming in. And of course, trading is suspended, so even if you wanted to, you couldn't come in to buy the stock. How is that going to help you right now? I would just say it's something to put onto the radar for down the track. maybe we will see this open up much lower because right now we see the market cap at $726 million. That's AU as well. Its revenue in 2019, according to Google, was 5.8 billion. If we see this all packaged together and then sold off at a lower price, essentially we would just see the share price, this one here, reflect what the market cap is. So say another company came to buy this one out after they've done all their voluntary administration, packaged things up and cut the fat and all that sort of jazz. Say they think the company's worth 250 million, let's say for round numbers. That's what they want to sell it at. And we'll just say that this is 750 for easy round numbers. That's a third of what it is. Essentially the share price should then in theory become a third. So a third of around 9 cents would be 3 cents a share. So that's why I'm putting it here as it's not a deal at the moment. Let's get a nice red pen, throw that in as a no deal for now. No deal. And basically we are just waiting. So this is on our watch list. That's how we keep track of these things going forward into the future. And you can just have a simple watch list like TradingView. Set that up on your mobile phone. You can have that as the app, and then you just select different stocks, commodities, whatever it is you're watching into the app, and then you can just follow those along. You can set alerts as well. So when this does start trading again, you could show that you want to set an alert for, say, 9 cents, or you could set it for 5 cents. So if the stock does open at 3, it'll alert you and say stock is trading below your alert of 5 cents. So that gives you a chance to go back, check the news, check what the price is at, check what's going on. And so you don't have to follow this thing every day, because imagine trying to follow a full watch list. Maybe you've got 20, 30 different things on there that you're waiting to see what happens. And you're trying to track these stocks every single day. It just gets way too much work, especially if you've got another job going on. So that's why I would just set this up right now. It looks quite simple. You can't trade it anyway. The fundamentals don't look too strong. We've got to see what happens with the voluntary administration. It's a no deal, but it's waiting. We're not going to scrap it just yet. And then we set it on our watch list to figure out if it's something we want to get down the track. So that's pretty much all the news that is out there for Virgin. If you have anything else you want to add to the mix, leave it in the comments down below. But for now, that's pretty much where we're at. That's everything that's been said on the news. I don't think there's anything left out there. And for sure, the stuff that's going on behind the scenes may be factored into the price already. We just don't know at this stage. So all we can do is wait and see. Guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I know I've been putting out a few out there lately. If you haven't seen me before, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I put videos out on personal finance and wealth creating every single week. I'd love you to join me there. And also follow me on Facebook, where I'm updating daily on what I'm doing with my portfolio and other tips and advice when it comes to investing. Appreciate the support as always. Be sure to like the video. You know it helps out my channel and the algorithm on YouTube, everything else that's going on out there. I'll see you guys at the next video. And remember, until next time, have more fun to get more done.